This is a Chris Combs production.
When we started this podcast, this segment was supposed to be for me to be able to go on whatever random rant I wanted. It was supposed to be funny yet controversial, and I promise one day it will be that. But right now, my heart is heavy. It's angry, it's tired, it's scared. This past week, we've seen a plethora of situations where Black Americans were unnecessarily attacked, and in one instance, murdered. We've already addressed Joe's comments earlier, but the three other situations that happened this week just shows just how problematic his words were. Patricia Ripley, that's her name. Remember that. She's an Hispanic mother in Florida who tried to twice drown her autistic son. The first time she tried by pushing him into a canal. The boy survived, as people nearby heard his screams and came to his rescue. This attempt was caught on camera, which later proved crucial. She then took him to another canal and pushed him in, where he drowned. In her initial report to police, she claimed two Black men held her and her son up and demanded drugs. And when she didn't give it to them, they kidnapped him. Upon further investigation, the boy's body turned up. Once questioned and shown footage by the police of her first initial attempt to drown her son, she recanted her story and admitted guilt. Amy Cooper, that's her name. Remember that. She's the white woman who was walking her dog unleashed, knowing the rules of Central Park required her to have her dog on a leash. She was approached by a Black male named Christian Cooper, who was an avid bird watcher. Christian asked her to put her dog on a leash, and the confrontation began. Christian then wisely took out his phone and proceeded to record the encounter, which later proved crucial. In the video, you can see and hear the fake panic in her voice as she called 911, falsely claiming that an African-American male was threatening her and her dog. Only when the video went viral was Amy held accountable for her actions. She cried her typical Karen tears and tried to explain how she wasn't racist in a lackluster apology. In the end, she lost her job, she lost her dog, and has since been banned from Central Park. George Floyd, that's his name. Remember that. He was unarmed. He's dead. A statement from the Minneapolis Police Department said officers were responding to a forgery in progress. Officers were advised that the suspect was sitting on top of a blue car and appeared to be under the influence. The statement also said 2 officers arrived and located the suspect, a male believed to be in his 40s, in his car. He was ordered to step from his car. After he got out, he physically resisted officers. Officers were able to get the suspect in handcuffs and noted he appeared to be suffering medical distress. Officers called for an ambulance. The man died soon after, the statement said, adding, "At no time were weapons of any type used by anyone involved in this incident." It also states that body cameras were on and activated during this incident. Bystander video of the whole incident shows a handcuffed George lying on the ground, with George and bystanders begging for the officers to stop kneeling on his neck as he could not breathe. He died a few moments later. Same story, same type of characters, different day. It's amazing how in the middle of this pandemic, we saw that police were able to show restraint. They were able to exercise judgment and when not to escalate the situation and care about the well-being of others. When those others were a bunch of armed white protesters on the steps of a Lansing Capitol building. This is why Joe Biden's comments should not be tolerated or given a pass. The Black experience in America goes much farther and much deeper than who you cast a vote for. We are seen differently. We are treated differently. Just because Jim Crow laws were abolished doesn't mean the spirit in which those laws were passed has left. Civil rights in America was a fight, which means there was opposition. People fought back on seeing minorities, especially Blacks, as equals. That was almost 50 years ago. The opposition to civil rights, they're still breathing. They're working. They're raising families. It doesn't matter how you vote. It doesn't matter how you dress. It doesn't matter how you speak. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what hobbies you have. It doesn't matter your occupation. Racism doesn't give you a pass based off what you do. Racism makes up its mind about you the minute it sees you. You're lesser. You're not equal. You're inferior. And it treats you as such. So I have a question for Joe. If I'm not voting for him, and if that means I'm not black, but the rest of society treats me as such, does that make me 3/5 black? Thanks for coming to Chris's Corner.